Ignore how absolutely horrific this audio is. Part 1 is linked above. This is me responding to a comment I got saying I would make a why I'm no longer vegan video, but I obviously will never do that.
I'm not like the apologist vegan YouTubers who claim to be vegan but are really just plant-based for their health and then give it up and make this whole big scene about it. They're probably just wanting views. Just saying. So this one's on the video where I went and met some farm animals. Just that person saying I got so hungry. Not really. People don't really get hungry seeing other sentient beings and want to eat their corpses. We just disguise their corpses like their food to the point where we like it. But if we actually saw the process and had to eat raw flesh, maybe we'd have some second thoughts. Okay, this is on my most viewed video, which is on the appeal to nature fallacy and debunking it. I didn't read this comment before. They had come back and said, "Congrats on your 3rd vegan month." Not my 3rd, buddy. Now I'm on my 11th. Because I just hit 10, so the 11th. I hope that's how words and numbers work. Have you suffered from brain fog before veganism? How much do you think veganism has contributed to? It's bad grammar and sorry, I didn't know I needed to eat dead body parts and bodily secretions of tortured animals to not have brain fog. Okay, this one was very interesting. Kids in Africa, starving, brainless vegans. Let's take away meat, which takes up 31% of food eaten in the world so that kids in Africa can starve even more. In reality, it takes up many more resources to produce animal flesh and, you know, dairy and eggs. So, technically speaking, there's been a debate going on. Some vegans say that, like, we could produce more food because we would have more land so we could, like, end world hunger. And then some people say that's not really possible because of economic reasons. Like, there is enough food, they just can't, like, buy it or something. So it's an economic problem. And I was the former. But then I saw that and I saw other vegans, you know, correcting each other. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to say this anymore because I guess for economic problems you can't. But still, it uses so many more resources for an omnivorous diet than a vegan one. So for them saying that, it's just like really dumb. It has the same energy as that dairy farmer.
You know, we feel we have real important jobs in the world. We help feed the world. It's kind of important that people have food to eat.
That dairy farmer saying that they're feeding the world, it's like, you don't have this like necessary job. You do realize that we can just replace it with plant-based farming, you know, and we could save the environment, stop polluting it and deforestation. Well, I mean, like, drastically slow it down and have so much land that we could rewild. But we'd still have enough land to feed everybody, especially with overpopulation and how drastically fast our population is rising. So basically, no, you're not necessary. You could easily be replaced with a food system that doesn't involve exploiting animals and profiting off of their suffering, treating them like objects, and then killing them en masse just because we like the way their flesh tastes, and then justifying it by the appeal to nature fallacy. Oh boy. Should I even read this one? Let's read it. This is gonna be a fun time. When I saw this notification, I was like, oh Lord, help me. Oh boy, okay, let's read it. Humans are the greatest hunters on this planet. We are apex predators. Name any other species that hunt over land, air, and sea. We lost our coats, which enabled us to sweat while running. This allowed for long-distance running, allowing us to chase down prey over long distances until they were exhausted. Our longer legs and shorter arms gave us incredible throwing ability, with pinpoint accuracy. Apes can't throw at 120 miles an hour like we can. Our use of tools and spears, throwing accuracy, and long distance running in pack numbers made us the most deadly predator on this planet. We did consume brains and bone marrow. It's how our brains grew to the size we are. It's where our modern intelligence has come from. We revert from that path at our peril. The eating of grains over the last 5,000 years has already started. That process, shrinking brains and skulls, removing of wisdom teeth, is not normal. Whew, okay, where to start? First off, the whole thing was basically just a big appeal to nature. Is nature a system based on survival or morality? What the fuck has nature got to do with being moral? If something is found in nature, it's suddenly moral? Yes, that was our past. And to a certain degree, we needed to do that to survive. I don't know what the point is of like saying we're such great hunters and like, I don't know, it's like, okay, we're great at mass murdering animals and humans and being shit people. Can we move on from that now, please? So basically I responded and I was like, great, humans are good at mass murder for unnecessary reasons, i.e. sensory pleasure for fun. Next, can we learn empathy and compassion? Just a thought, empathy and compassion, because basically his or her, they, whatever point is that like we're so great, we're like at the top of the food chain, and like that is like human supremacy, and thinking because we're like so much more intelligent we can like destroy the natural world and like exploit any animal we want for anything, like shoot them in traps and just because we want to make their skin into a coat when their babies, is talking about coyotes by the way, their babies are at home and will never find their mother again, and the coyote just tries to like chew off their own legs out of desperation. But like, no, fuck animals, right? We're the top of the food chain. Let's torture and kill everybody who's not human. That's what you sound like. At the end of Dominion, I think about it a lot. How they said, does this pure selfishness define who we are as a species? It really has, if you look at our past. Do you really want to continue that, or do you want to actually give a shit about animals, their feelings, their lives, their families? Stop oppressing groups just because they're different. Stop thinking because I'm superior, I can torture you and use you however I want. They are not objects, they are sentient beings. It's like that picture too, like the ego or eco. Like, what are you gonna choose? You're like your ego and like you're just all about selfishness and like everything's about you, everything's about humans, everything's about white people, everything's about straight people, everything. Do I need to say more? Or like everything's about men. And yes, we are progressing away from those things, but they're still an issue today, so. Okay, so I guess the other part of his, their point was that it's like ruining our health. Wait, why is that even their point? Do they not know that America is one of the most meat consuming countries in the world? Like if the whole world ate as much dead animal flesh and rotting corpses as us, we actually would need 3 Earths to sustain it. Are they not aware that we're still eating a lot of dead animals? Apparently, okay, so grain is to blame, they said. Don't eat grain? Eat fruits and vegetables? Like, what? I hate it when these people say all our problems can be solved by eating like tons of meat. It's like we're always eating tons of meat. I used to not consider a meal an actual meal unless it had meat, and I drank cow's milk with every meal, twice a day, every day for like 17 years. I was known for being obsessed with meat and milk, but here I am telling y'all to stop harming animals, to just eat their body parts and their bodily secretions. Leave them the fuck alone! Just a crazy idea. Unnecessary reasons? No, we need animals for health. Calcium, omega-3s, and retinol, to name just 3, cannot be achieved at adequate levels on a vegan diet. The next part, I'm triggered. Okay, so all that is complete bullshit. I'm pretty sure vegans' levels are perfectly healthy on average with all of those. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has said a well-planned vegan diet is healthy and suitable for people of every stage of life. If you plan it right. And with any diet, you can go horribly wrong. It's just, a vegan diet just means you're not eating animals or the secretions that come out of their bodies. Like, what? You are evidently, here's the thing. Vegans come in all shapes and sizes. If I want to eat barbecue potato chips and Beyond Burgers, I'm gonna fucking do it, okay? You're evidently overweight and malnourished. Here's the double standard. Literally, okay, if I was underweight, or if I was just normally like a little bit skinnier, people would be like, you're malnourished, you're dying, you're not eating enough, you're not eating foods that are like nourishing your body, you're just gonna drop dead one day. People did that to Natasha and Luca from That Vegan Couple. Just the double standard, gah! If you're overweight, what can be said? I'm eating enough food. I just have a thing for food that tastes better than, just a whole foods plant-based diet, which I'm not gonna do. And calcium is literally in plants. So is omega-3s. What the You eat too much sugar. How the fuck? Did you know that you can be vegan and not eat sugar? What a crazy idea. Whoa, my brain is blown. You can be vegan and not eat sugar. What a crazy idea. That's what Whole Foods plant-based people do. I don't know what their point is, literally. I could point to all the overweight non-vegans that say your diet's unhealthy, you should be vegan. Animal products being in your diet and lack thereof that's not the determining factor. You can be eating junk food. That's not what the discussion is about, is it? It's about animals being used as a commodity and being exploited, and thus causing them suffering and unnecessary death. Anyway, you can't win. I thought about like I'm pretty, I'm not like dangerously overweight. I'm pretty normal. But like, what the fuck does it matter, bruh? Eat what you want to eat, okay? Okay, so basically, gosh, I'm taking this off. Anyway, well, my weight didn't change at all from non-vegan to vegan. I've been this way my whole goddamn life. Because I'm not gonna eat a Whole Foods plant-based diet, fun fact. Anyway, I thought about like being like perfectly skinny, which don't even get me started on the ways the media and everything has like ruined every girl and guy's self-esteem. Don't even get me started on that subject. And yeah. But I thought about it, but then I realized people would probably look at me and be like, you're underweight, you're malnourished. But no, if you're overweight or anything else, they're gonna be like, oh, veganism's not really that healthy then. Girl brain, that's all I have to say. Stop the double standards. You're driving all vegans crazy. Okay, so I said I was deficient in calcium when I drank cow's milk twice a day. True story. I was very deficient in calcium. I had to take a supplement when I was drinking cow's milk every day, twice a day. But now I'm doing just fine as a vegan. Also true story. And I went and talked about that. Health is not really a problem when you go vegan as long as you eat the right foods, just like with any other diet. Just leave the animals alone in your diet, okay? They don't deserve what's happening to them. If you looked into their eyes, if you heard their screams, maybe you would care. But we need to start caring and start giving a shit about them. We need to stop speciesism and achieve animal liberation. And it's not gonna happen if we all just sit around and eating our dead animal sandwiches and drinking their body secretions meant for their baby. Animals will not be liberated when we are their oppressors. I think that's all the ones on there. Oh boy. Oh, I'm eating that. I'm wearing the same shirt. Oh my gosh. So, the debunking arguments against veganism video number 1. So, just them being a troll again. Okay. I don't think nobody talked about on my previous channel one. Nah, no one said anything. And then my last video. Yeah, nothing on my last video. I guess that's it. Well, I would be lying if I said those comments didn't hurt me, but it's whatever after time. Like, I'm well aware I have acne. I'm not gonna look at myself and say I don't have acne. But it's whatever. Like, acne's a thing that happens when you're a teenager. I might be turning 20 soon, and my acne is going away. But like, yeah, it's not caused by being vegan. Girl brain beach. Stop it. Stop being a dumb troll. Nah. Be compassionate towards animals. That is all that we are asking of you. Just, yeah. And like, no shit, I'm not the perfect girl that every man acts like they can have. Well, they look like potatoes. And no, girls don't look perfect all the time, even if they're gorgeous. Newsflash. Like, there's this quote too that's like, when they start insulting your appearance, you know that you've won because they really have no further arguments to put. So, I think that's something I should remember. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's really fun to make, you know. I'm gonna stop saying subscribe and stuff because it's annoying and I feel like it's not gonna make people want to subscribe. Like, why do people do it? I just did it because everybody else is doing it. I was like, subscribe guys, hell yeah. But like, whatever. Yeah, go vegan. That is my message to you, the person watching it. If you're already vegan, I love you, thank you. The animals love you so goddamn much because each meal is an animal's entire life and a life filled with suffering or happiness, you decide. So goddamn thank you, because you gave a damn. And veganism sucks to hope you have in humanity out of you. I'm not kidding. I'm not gonna sit around and act like people are just, you know, they're just innocent. They're such great people. They care about animal abuse. When they hear about, when you give them footage of what's going on, they'll actually give a shit and stop contributing to it. But nah, people be like, willful ignorance. I'd rather keep harming animals for my selfish pleasure. It ruins you, but like, people do give a shit, and a lot of people really just don't have the information like I did. So there is a lot of hope, and there's a lot of pregans out there, and so it's a mixture. It's not black and white. It's not like completely hopeful and everybody's a great person, but it's not like we're never gonna achieve animal liberation either. So also, if you're vegan, I would yeah, like, you don't have to be like an activist, like, you know, going to saves every day or something, but I would say that we have a responsibility to be an activist, whether that means just like sharing a post or whatever route we choose to take and what that means for us. I call myself an activist even though I don't really go to cubes or saves because I don't really have that opportunity at the moment, but I'm still planning on being a lifelong animal rights activist because they do need our voices, and I believe, as Alex O'Connor says, is the greatest moral emergency of our time.
This isn't some kind of philosophical fancy or fun exercise in argumentation. This is the single greatest moral emergency of our time. Rid yourself of the superstition of human exceptionalism, of the myth of justified torture. Future generations will define you morally by which side of this issue you were on.
So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Or catch me on my socials. I can't dance. Let's just admit it now.